Auntie D is live. Finally. Finally, she has come on for the evening. How are you doing, guys? Happy Monday evening to you. I said, let me do a little quick thing, spend some time together, because you know, Auntie D does not believe in just going off like that. I plan to be on early. I had planned to be on early, but I said, let me just come on in and share the wonderful evening. How the day turned out to be so warm. Thank you for the live. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. Tetla, good evening, Tetla. I just come on, and by the time I could take a breath, there was one. And I think that one is the one that has been coming in many fake. So you see, because I don't plan to swear and I plan to have a very nice evening, I just come on the live, not even 1 minute. Well, it is 1 minute and not even 2 minutes. And Devil send one come. So me just give him a permanent push. And I looked over to the at some of them. And I just know some of them. So as them drop, believe me, as them drop, if I don't see them, I don't see them. Sometimes you can take whatever, you can get a little balance in sometimes, but don't run come so early. What they're running for? What are they running for? No, thank you for the heart, man. Me say me not even breathe good, Me just sit back like this. Me look, me say wait. So me give him a permanent one now because me giving him 24 hours and he just wait for run come back. So me give him a permanent one. He can go run up and over the place. Let him run and run because I don't know what is wrong. The evening is so warm. I thought, thank you for the heart, man. Make me feel nice. Trust me. Trust me. I didn't know that these things were so motivating. As me open my mouth, me just say, let me make sure. Always. All who they run come. All who running. Right? All who running. You know what it is. What is so sweet over here? Tell me, people. Tell me. I make sure I have my glass of water because it look like it don't look good for me to be drinking water from the bottle. So I listen. I learn, So I carry the glass. I figured it was that. But some people are so polished, So when they give you a little thing, it didn't say that, but I just said to myself last night that maybe the bottle it doesn't like seeing the bottle. So I put away the bottle and pour it in a glass. Mm-hmm. So how are you, man? Welcome to the live. I hope you had a good day after we left. Especially if you drop thing already. Me said they're not even a wait and take one little hide and seek and dodge, They run, come, like them, then get position. We need people, yes. But you see, when you know them, get rid of them. Yes, man. Let me lean back a little bit. Little bit. So not as, yes, I know that is a little past the time, so some people may not really come up much. But sometimes you really want the makeup number, you know, the makeup comment, but at the end of the day, still, you are not being sorry for. You still get the chopping. Yeah, that's also, and no matter you try sometimes, is that you cannot escape the cutting off. Yeah, man, they come to work. I'm telling you, me say, before me could have even take a deep breath to say, well, yes, no, me can sit down. Me look, me see the one where always around come. And the other one, when I spend little time today, me looking out for him. Me looking out for him. Hi, Zonas, good evening. How are you? How are you doing? I just come on. Not I come in not very long ago. How are you doing? How are things? I'm not going to lie. I was like, my head was in my hand and my hand with my head so tied up. But I know I can come back. I can go back and if it's even to watch something to give a little show of support. You are a little bit busy. Sometimes we have to be busy, you know. Sometimes we have to be busy, man, because when we are busy, it gives our mind to think about other things. No matter, I'm going to try and come and look at a video. Me tell you, man, the day is so warm. So warm, even though we step outside to feel the warmth, you know. So how was your day today? How was your music? How was your singing? You know, I have to ask about it. I looked at one of your shorts. Your shorts where you were I what you were saying, you had your hand up like this. You had on a hat, a broad summer hat. But I don't remember what you were saying, but you were something. Thank you so much. And you know, by the time I could sit down right now, not even half a minute, there three or four of them came. I just give them a permanent. And today, they come. I don't know why they decide to come for me today. So I used to give them time out 24 hours, make this the permanent blocking. Let them go run up and down some places. Let them come back with another fake name. Because I don't really give them permanent blocking much, you know, I just give them a time out. But they kinda too like they're coming to work. Me say I don't even sit down good. I just about to sit and sit back. Me say the one from last night one come up. Then the one from last one of them come up. Me say to me say, what is this? I don't want them here. Let them go someplace else. Anybody come and I suspect them, I may be wrong. I'm giving them a permanent block. Let them go someplace else. There are millions of channels. They don't have to come and tell me say they like mine. They don't like mine. They just want to come and tear it down. So nobody tell me that they like it because what they are doing, they know it's not right. So me just whisk him off. Make him stay out there like, you know, you put goat out, you put your cow outside to eat grass, and you find some good grass and time right there. Let them stay there and eat grass. Mm-hmm. Because them have too much energy. But then like me challenge. Too much energy, so me I run them. Chase them away. You see if I could have seen them, I throw some salt upon them, come and see what lady do. Tell you remember those days when they said this to take salt and throw on the food and salt out the people. Maddie, good evening. Happy to see you up, Maddie. I thought you'd be in your bed. I thought you'd be sleeping. Because I know you have this hectic thing to do. How are you? JB was there. That's beautiful. And he's going to come and show off on me, you know. Blah. He's going to come and show off on me. Anthony, why were you not there? I was looking for you. I was looking for you. Maddie. Maddie can't talk. I see that she's telling me bye already. She come on with a bye. I know. Some people I can understand and I will tolerate them. Because when they can, they will stay. But it's when those little, I don't know how to describe them, come on. They just come for one objective. And that's to break the joy and break the peace. Right, Maddie? Maddie's laughing. Why you give me that mouth, Maddie? Oh, I think you had a great day, Maddie. I think you had a great day. I think Maddie had a great day. What does BRB mean now? Remember, say, I don't know some of the terms, you know. Maddie watching me and laughing at me, you know. And say, wait, Auntie D bad tonight. Auntie D bad tonight. Bad, bad, bad. Bad, 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 bad. She putting some people to sleep, put them to rest. Putting them to rest. Happy to see you, Zonas and Maddie. And Tetla too. I can't throw away Tetla. No. Tetla, I'm not putting you in the back of the class at all. Tetla is at the front of the class. Thank you, Zonas. I like when you show up your thing, you know? I like that. What does BRB means? Maddie telling me bye, 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 bye. Okay, I understand. Bye, Maddie. Bye. Have a good night rest. I'm sorry you have to go, but if you can keep the device running. I'm not going to be more than an hour. I'm trying to see if I can stay with the hour. Because some people it's kind of hard, you know. I'm thinking of coming on more times and just stay within the hour because it means be right back. Okay, I'm learning. Thank you, Maddie. I'm learning. Boy, you people are so short. I was one of his bed. Yes, so make sure to that. Yes, Maddie not running away without even reminding persons to do that. You know, I'm happy that you're here, Maddie. And I know, how was your training today, the camp? How was the training camp today? Was it interesting? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? I know you went to bed early, so I think you'd have got up early and reached the camp on time and participate in all the activities so you won't get sore muscles. I imagine. So you are going to, what are you going to use to massage them now? Can you use anything to massage them so that they won't get tight? They will soon work out, you know. But if you have something to massage them, you know, and take your hands and just knead them and rub them, and you get some rest, you'll be fit for tomorrow. So tomorrow you're going to run and jump again, right? Is it volleyball or lawn tennis? Which of them? Well, whichever one it is, you have to use your feet. You have to run, you have to jump, you have to walk. It's training. At the end of the training, your muscles are going to be cleared up. You won't have any sore muscles. But like me, because I don't do exercise often, when I do, I get sore muscles and I don't bother go back again. But they say you must keep going. But boy, when your muscles are sore and you're pushing on them, oh my Lord. But that's what they say you have to do. So tomorrow, you go back again, and the next day, and the next day, and then you just come back normal. Yes, Mary, I'm happy to see you, and I'm happy that your first day. How many days? Is it for the week? I think it will not be for one day. It has to be for a couple of days. Maybe it's all of this week. But whatever it is, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, my dear. That's a part of the holiday. Because some things cannot be done during school time. You have to do it in the holidays. Okay? Yes, ma'am. You're in the face. Yes, my friend. I'm happy. And tonight I want to talk a little about our past in terms of growing up. How things were. I mean, I don't want to make anything too confidential, but you know, like going to school, did you walk to school? Were you traveling on a school bus? I know that countries will vary. The first world countries will be at a higher level than the third world. And So me and Tetla may have a similar, and maybe if Maddie is here, hers is going to be probably different. And if Zonas is here, maybe hers will be different too. It should be interesting. So I said we are approaching Emancipation Day celebrations in Jamaica. And I did a video, so I don't want to talk about it. I don't put out the video, I want to do it tomorrow. I want to put it tomorrow. Right? And it has to do with our past, how things were then. And that's why they choose to celebrate it. And the 6th, that is August 1. And August 6th will be our independence celebration. We were given independence from Britain in 1962. So I won't talk about the independence part. That can do sometime later down in the week to early next week, because they will have independence celebrations next week, August 6th. But I would like us to talk a little about Emancipation Day. But this would not be fair to Zonas and Maddie, because they don't know much or anything about what is called emancipation, and why is it called emancipation, and what do they do, what happened, why it was called emancipation, and why it is so much more important than even the independence celebration. Right? It takes in our past. Right? I'm not seeing people. So I don't want to be talking too much. And then maybe you guys who are not from the islands can probably talk about yours, because say comparing how you grow up, right? Growing up. Because most persons' family do things differently. You know what they will do to boys and what they will do to the girls. And when you go to school, primary school, or you call it elementary, I don't know what they call it over in the Philippines. And in Jamaica, you have the basic school. Now you have kindergarten. So you have the youngest one, kindergarten. Then you have basic school. They are below 6-year-old. Then you have primary school, 7 to 12. Then you have the high school, which you people call middle school. So different things happens during that time. Right? So I would want us to share a little, talk a little about it. Right? I don't know if Tetla wants to say anything yet, or she's just waiting. But let me just start the ball rolling, because I would like for us to have a nice discussion. And so we can show that we are interacting, we are sharing, and we are understanding. No. During the 1800s, it was slavery. And slaves were being taken from Africa to the West Indies, and certain benefits that derive from it. They always, sugarcane, the sugar that we use, sugarcane was king. Sugar was king. The crop was ready, workers were there, and when the workers work, they are called slaves because they are not paid, right? But these days we don't call them slaves anymore, because it sounds too harsh. You understand me? We just kind of avoid saying it, because the memory of it might be very discomforting. So during those years, they suffered greatly, great punishment, and at times, they were not paid, as a matter of fact. And sometimes they have to work under bad conditions, whether it's rain, sun, shine, early morning, late evening to night. They have to be there full time. No matter how they're sick, the supervisor have to come and see them in bed where they cannot get up. And they push them out, they treat them really bad, right? And even if you're pregnant and you have a baby, you cannot stay home with the baby. You have to carry the baby with you into the cane field and have a little bed. You put the child, that's what I read, so I'm sharing. They put the child on to stay. So the baby sleep in the cane field, because the baby is going to come up and do the same thing like the parents. And even if insect, mosquito, ants, whatever, should be biting that child, they can't make too much trip. You understand me? And the more they have babies on the plantation, is the bigger the workforce will be, and it will be better for the plantation owners, which we call planters. You know, I love history and people. So I love history and people, and with the people. And then that's how it went. Now, coming down in time, 1834, they thought they would have been given their freedom now to leave the plantation. And as you know, those that work in the houses, they have house ones and field ones. They normally take out little stories and bring to the outside. You understand me? Because when you have people from Europe, you know they speak those times, but at least they get an understanding, and they would take out little tales to the people, their own people. So in 1834, they told them that they would not be working full time and certain things. So the people then got so happy they take up themselves and they run away from the plantation because the memory of working in those conditions were not nice. Anyway, they were fooled. So they went and catch some of them, and some returned willingly because they didn't have anywhere to go or anything. You know, they would probably be hiding in caves. So they went back and they worked another 4 years. And maybe they were trying to trick them again, but it couldn't work because what? You had Paul Bogle. We know that what the things that Paul Bogle did. We have the next one, Samuel Sharp. Those two were very, very fiery, and they did some real harsh measures of things. And the others were just ordinary. William Gordon was important. He played a key role. But Nanny too, Nanny of the Maroons. However, Norman Manley and Bustamante, they were towards the end of all of those things. So to me, they didn't play an effective role as heroes. I don't see them as heroes. But you know, heroes are regardless people give good service. They are one of our heroes. But the other heroes, they had fought terribly for their freedom. So in 1838 now, they got their freedom, full freedom. And they left the plantation, they went all about the place. They had a big celebration because they were happy now. 1838 officially ended slavery life. So that is why now, a few years ago in the 90s, they decided to have a big celebration. I don't know how big the celebration will be this year because we see the election coming down into it, so I don't know what flavor it's going to take. But we must not forget Emancipation Day because it has great meaning. Independence Day is important, but I think if they didn't get freedom, independence would not have been possible. Wouldn't have been possible. So, you know, I was just trying to refresh people's mind about why we celebrate Emancipation Day. Right? Emancipation Day. And you know, then because of that, I say we could look at how we grew up when we were children, the things that we could do when we were younger, going to school, every mango tree we see. Because you see, our past is just as important as our future, you know, and our present. Our past helps to build us to look ahead to where we want to reach, you know. And, you know, going to school, the things that children has to do, they could not go to school every day. When I say every day, they could go to school Monday to Friday. As a matter of fact, Friday school was no. They have to be in the farms. They have to be at home attending to the animals. They have to, on a Friday, they have to go to the market with whoever their parents. So, and most of them, especially the boys, they mainly go to school when inspector is coming to school. Can you imagine now, a child who has not been to school for a whole term, when the internet is giving problem again? Oh my God. Hush, hush, hush. When the thing they break my concentration. When where was I? Yes, the boys always suffer, you know. That is why most times they are left behind. The boys, Majority boys would come to school very clean up and pretty the same day when inspector coming to inspect the school, forget the school, and these people, they have not been to school in a while, so they don't know what is really taking place. They don't know, they cannot read, they cannot write, they cannot do anything. But because an important person would be at school that day, they make sure the parents send them out to school, because the parents that in those days they didn't understand. The parents know, they do understand. You understand me? They do understand what it is now, what education means. But in the early time, on a Friday, even I was going to school, on a Friday, you would not see much children at school. And then no, school normally dismissed at 12 o'clock. So after you have lunch, you come in and say your prayers, and the school is dismissed. So that was another thing too when people say, nothing no go on at school on a Friday because school keep half day. You understand me? And it just happened like that. Just happened like that. So compared to now, the cycle has changed a little. You see children going to school now on a Friday, although the population do gets bigger on a Tuesday, not necessarily Monday, on a Tuesday. And Friday it will drop. If it will drop a little, but they are more out now. Children, I think they are more going to school now. But the facts remain that economical conditions, the parents don't have the money to send them. And now nobody is walking. Everybody wants to take the taxi to school. No matter how near they live, they want to take the taxi to school. You understand me? So, and then going to school in night time, they were not selfish. Things were sold by vendors. Even though you have some vendors who do sell things. And if sometimes your parents would pay the vendor at the end of the week, what they sell. What do they sell? Fried dumpling, fritters, pudding, and maybe saltfish and fried fish. The saltfish and fried fish will be very expensive. And the cook will be very expensive. So people buy fried dumpling. Fried dumpling and archie. Because one archie. And fritters. And pudding. They always sell pudding. And they have drinks. Or they shave the ice, pack it up into something. And so compared to now, people carry a lot of money to school. And nobody wants to eat food. They want rice and peas and chicken. Yet they don't eat the peas now, They pick out the peas straight away. They don't eat the vegetable, but they will eat the rice. So you see a difference now. And parents, normally when they cook, I tell them because I read and some little experiences and I hear older persons talk. When they cook rice and peas on a Sunday, that is one time for the week, and on a Friday or Saturday, they will cook soup. Friday or Saturday, no. And the other days in the week, they cook food like breadfruit, yam, banana, pumpkin. Those food things. So they have those days the people them have some big pot because the families are normally big. Right now you have 2 children and families, so they have 10 and 12. Sometimes you have 10 and 12. 5 boys, 7 girls, that sort of thing. Because why would they have big families? They were not knowledgeable about planning their families. So as they go together, there comes a baby. And when you're not planning your family, it breeds poverty. So you're down there and you're struggling to come up. So I would say the past, some of us past is very, very rough. Had it very hard. You have to catch, you didn't have water in your pipe. You didn't have pipe water in your yard. You have to go to some spring with bucket. And you have to carry water. You have to tie a goat. You have to look rabbit feeding. So much things you have to do. You have to tie a cow. You have to do all manner of things. And then in the evenings, you have to go around to everybody's yard and get the skin from the food that they cook so that you can boil it and give it to your pigs. People normally have a lot of pets at home. They have fowl, and they don't give the fowl feeding, because we didn't have feeding those times. There was corn or coconut. So you cut the dry coconut into small pieces and you feed the fowl. When you plant the corn, you have some little ones that were to sell. Yes, they shell the corn and give it to the fowl. Or you just throw some little one to the fowl. And people used to have a lot of pigeons. It was interesting, guys. Very interesting. When I saw the rabbit yesterday, it reminded me of how much people would have rabbits. And they go about in the evenings to look rabbit feeding. It was nice. Yes, Tetla is saying that standpipe. Yeah, man. And sometimes you go to the standpipe, maybe one standpipe in the community, and you want to catch your water, and that one take the pan and put there. That one take the pan and put there. Understand me? That one take the pan and put there. And that one move the pan and turn over the water. And they have problems. Problems. They have problems, man. So the past was really, really hard. It was really hard. Nobody wants to go to river to wash clothes anymore. Nobody wants to travel long distances with water on their heads, and they have to fill up the drum. When they reach school, they are tired. They're tired. All they do is sleep. And when they come home again, they have to work. So sometimes, the past is really harsh. But we have to look ahead. We have to look ahead. And when we compare where we're coming from, or where we, not necessarily we aforesaid, but when we read about the past, it was really hard. It was really hard. So when you compare it to now is much, I cannot do to that. Now is much, much easier. I would say better because it's easier. If it was not easier, it would not have been better. But those days in the past, everybody, I said, things is so much easier. Yes, it's easier now. Nobody is walking, so everybody get big and fat, and nobody wants to eat the food that we normally eat. Everybody want processed food. Everybody just want to eat rice, and some people just love the dumpling, and nobody wants to drink porridge, plantain porridge, banana porridge, and those things. Nobody don't want that. These children don't want porridge. They don't want porridge. They want cornflakes. Those are the things that they want. And they don't even really want fried plantain. They want bacon. So you see, things have changed a lot. It has changed over time. It has really, really changed. So I said, we could talk a little about it. It seems as if Maddie and Jonas are off, but we can go on a little more, talk about it. Life was not easy. Because when you hear when I was growing up and I hear people still lived until they were very old, They were old. And they wear long dresses reach down to the ankle and some big white dress, and then tie up them head. Right? That's like saying, used to tie goats before we went to school. Yes. You have everybody in the yard, in the home, have something to take care of. My parents say, John, go and get some water. Mary, go with John and help carry the water too. Tom, tie out the goat them over the fence. Make sure you put them at a spot where they can get grass to eat. Yes, Tetla, you have to walk to school. Where would they get? And not just 1 mile, They have to, boy, I don't know. They have to walk. And those children, hi Trinity, how are you? Welcome to the live. And those children know, they show interest. And they never give teacher trouble at school. Because if the teacher complains, the parents is going to give them another portion. And if somebody in the community should see them doing something and scold them about it, they better be happy, because in pain, just laying down, okay, take some rest. Then it's going to be worse. because that was when a village or a community grows children. So it was not only the parents alone who grow them, the entire community. That like saying cook, hug, feeding for the people. This they have to do it. They have to do it. And if you're going when they're going to cook rice and peas on a Sunday, there were no blenders to do that. You have to sit down and grate it. And grate it like you're happy too. You can't grate it like you want to frown about it. You know, and I think children were more respectful. You know, you never hear anything sounding rude from anybody. If they say anything and it slip out of their mouth, they will say, "Sorry, Miss John, me never mean to do so or so. I'm sorry." Because Miss John may go and tell the parents, and you know what that means. You know what that means. So I'm just saying then that there are many times we look back on our past and we feel ashamed. I don't think we should feel ashamed. We should at least be even more develop more strength to move on. We develop more strength to move on because you would not want to be still staying in that same position. What if there were no growth and everybody was still living just as it was in the 1800? You understand me? One thing has grown. That like saying everything coconut did put into give it a nice yes. So even if they didn't have chick, the only time they cook meat is the meat that is the animal that they raise at their home. So if they raise pig, cow, goat, fowl, rabbit, bird, anything that has meat is what they have it. They didn't go to and buy chicken and chicken back and chicken foot. They have everything at their house. And a lot of persons used to raise ducks. I remember a lady used to have a lot of ducks. I never eat duck meat, but she has raised a lot of ducks. You know, she sell them, she raise them and sell them. So they're so they're so nice. You know, I don't know if anybody wants to say, yeah, back. Okay. So I don't know if Zona want to say something. You can say something about your days growing up. What was it like? What were some things you have to do? You know, you have to something you have to map out the house. You have to tidy up the bed, and the bed was not like the mattress like what we have now. You know, it's so different. It's so different. So, you know, I say we should at least respect our past, appreciate our past, and use the past to move on into the future. Because when I look and see some persons who are from very, very poor families and they become doctors, you know, reputable jobs, they didn't have it easy, you know. Is the community send them to school? Is the community send them to school? Somebody in the community, people say, oh, John cannot go to school today because he doesn't have any shoes. And somebody will give him a pair of shoes. And he doesn't have any shirts. So sometimes they wear what we say hand me down clothes. Sorry, hand me down clothes, and that's what a lot of people grow up wearing. So their parents didn't have money to go and go to stores. Only the people who have money could go to stores and buy clothes. When other people wear the clothes, they just hand them down until when it's wear and wear and wear until they cannot wear anymore. That is it. You understand me? That is it. So when I look back on those years, not my growing up years alone, because I can tell you, parents in those days didn't have it easy. They didn't have it easy. Children has to walk 4 or 5 miles to school and back. 4 or 5 miles to back again. And they did really to me enjoy it because what happened? They walked together as a group and nobody was taking away anybody, you know. Nobody was, you know, being abused or anything. And wherever they reach and there's a mango tree in the way, everybody going to eat off that from that mango tree. If there's a cane field, everybody in the cane field. It was sort of fun. So when they reach home, they were not even hungry. They were not even hungry, you know, because they were able to get things from fruit trees along the way to get home. Zona is saying, well, for it's okay as long as they are kind, respectful in my life, even if they have no channel. Okay, well, that's a good point. That's true. Yeah, I was talking about growing up. Not I wasn't speaking anymore about the those people. I don't call their name, those people. We move past that and talking about how persons survive their growing up years. Some couldn't go to school. Some go to school one day for the week or two. Some go one time for the month. Some have to do so much work in the yard. Not even just in the yard, in the farm. So they have to carry, when it is cane time to reap, they have to be out there. But, yes, but look strong, look stronger. Okay, she said yes. Oh, okay, yeah. As I see them come up, I give them a little inject. I inject the correction method. I give them a permanent injection. So I go. So I give them. So as I come, I give them. You know. This one is not much different, but I do a little bit of toleration. You understand? So some just I don't know what is wrong with them. So I don't want to be distracted. You know. So sometimes I don't really. Sometimes you can have them for make up number. You understand? But another time it doesn't make sense. So you know, looking back now, we have a lot of colleges, we have a lot of schools, and the schools have a lot of programs that children can fall into. And nearly everybody can get a chance to do exams. They can go to college. So, you know, things have changed. Things have changed. And there are still persons in society who cannot afford it neither. So, although it has changed for more persons to be a part of it, to be of benefit to the systems, you still have a lot who is below the level. They can't come up. They are down in the what you say the poverty line. They are below the poverty line. It's hard to strike a balance to come up. So you will always have that, you know. But I'm just saying that you know we need to we look back at our past and brush up, and then that is why I believe if people just help somebody, help even one person help one person, it will be so beautiful. But if you're going to have people going around tearing down people, the helping is going to be difficult to even reach them. You know, the helping is going to be difficult. People are people, and sometimes no matter how much you reach out to them, they behave like a snake, or a leopard, and they will come back again and hurt you. So sometimes you have to love them at a distance. You know, love them at a distance and do what you can do. But people sometimes you don't know what is going on in their brains. You try to reach out, you know, you try to help and encourage, but it's like you're not going anywhere. So you can't allow them to pull you with them. You is a stronger force. You have to pull them. And if you can't pull them and them pull you, then where are you going? You understand me? Where are you going? Hi, Angelica. Good night. Good evening. Welcome to the live. So that's what I wanted to say. I said, let me spend some time reflecting on our growing up years compared to now. Children have all the facilities. Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you. How are you? And they don't show much interest in learning. They become a part of what is certain groups that cannot help them, that can only pull them down and cause them to miss out on their education. And in the end, sometimes become unalive because they join up with groups that are not healthy. They put aside their education. They're not interested. You know, they're not interested. So it's like you try, but how are you going to force a person to come up if they want to be down in the barrel like crabs? You know, crawling on each other, not coming out. No matter how they can come out, them still crawling. And if one try to come out, it take a while before the others can come up. So, people, share your thoughts, man. I don't want anybody to sleep here, you know. And that's why I cut out the night part of the life, you know, and try to do the life from as early as me wake in the morning, as soon as I do breakfast. By the time I finish breakfast, anyway, about 9 o'clock, I want to start doing my live so that people won't get the time to become too relaxed. Because when you become too relaxed, you know what takes over. So although I was going to do an hour, I don't see much. So I may have to go a little longer. I'm just watching how it goes. Yes, it's you know, it is sad when people have opportunity now and they don't use it up. They don't use it up. They just waste it. So why did you come, Angelica? Why did you come? Bye. Who know the compliment of people there? Don't know why not come. Sometimes if you just delete, just delete them. You know, so people need to look at what they are doing, look what they want out of life, study life, because what they see today may not exist tomorrow. Some of those children who were around in the early days, they would have been happy to get some of what is happening now to children in school. You know, they had to carry slate at I think that when it drop it breaks, and a little piece of pen, piece of what I call it, or something they used to write on the slate. They were not using book and pencil. They only saw certain reading books to read. You know, so it was not nice. The early days were hard days, hard days. But people have it easier now. See now, we have smartphones. So the library will not be used up as before. The libraries now, when persons also finish school in the afternoon, they head straight to the library. Zonas, even you say hi to them, you check them out before you subscribe, because you have to check. What I do, I don't subscribe first to people. I go and check out the channel, you know, and then you decide and check them out properly, because sometimes there's nothing there. So when they do their wrongs and run around, you don't have anything to go back onto, if you understand me. But you can still check them out. Yes, Trinity, have a good evening and relax yourself. You know, so people are doing what they are doing now, and I don't even want to believe that they are really thinking about the future for the other generation to come. I'm just thinking that they're looking at the now, and the urgency that children in my time had in going to school, and the love for school, and the fear of the teacher. They don't want the teacher to look at them, much more to shout at them or to raise the strap, because the strap is always on the table. So once you see the strap, you know that teacher will use it. So the class will be quiet. Everybody trying to do their work. So if you do something wrong, the teacher punish you. And nobody will come and quarrel. No parents would go to school and quarrel. But no, whatever punishment you administer, once it's punishment, they are coming at you. They are coming to find out. You know, it can be a very sticky situation. You know. Okay, Zonas, have a good night. Have a good evening. Are you supposed to be well late in the night too? It's because I'm just trying to do a little live, you know, because I would really, you have something to do. All right, to keep it running. Thank you so much. I am not going to run off so quickly because it is still early. I don't. Let me check the time. 10:20. I'll go a little more. Maybe I'll go another half an hour. So I'm not. I don't go. I will not be going 2 hours. So another half an hour. A little more. Some persons, I realize, persons are not coming on that much tonight. And if you get few persons coming on in the day, they don't really come back on in the night. That's why I'm going to start run the day one a little earlier. They say I must have the water. Thanks, Zona. Zona is encouraging me to stay on running. Yeah, because there's not many who are here. Zona and Tetla. Maddie had to go. She was here. And about 4 or 5 other trollers came by. And I had to put them where they're supposed to be. I put them in the jail. So, we just, Tetla, don't fall asleep. Tell me about your time, Tetla, because I don't hear anything from you. Yes, you give me the art, but tell me something about your time. What was it like when you were going to school, like primary school? I wouldn't really go to high school because, say, when children reach high school age, sorry, they were treated like little ladies and little men. A little respect was shown to them. So, and I'm really looking at it like the primary school part of it. And you know what I had liked about primary school? It was fun. It was really fun. It was hard work. And discipline was there. Nobody was late for school. Nobody play on the road after school. Everybody go home. Respect was there 100%. Both parents, community, teachers, everybody. Everybody, respect was shown. And the school would grow. So when school dismissed, everybody. Okay, it's hard. You have to study your books. Everybody try. So when they reach high school now, they have to, get serious with the work now because what they're going to be preparing them for this type of exam, which is called CXC and GCE and all of the E's. Primary school now used to have a type of exam that they do to move on to the higher level. And they name them differently. But now, they had common entrance, then they had GSAT, then they now have PEP. So, you see, as time, but at the end of the day, they all mean the same. Because those who are more brilliant are put at the school that have higher level. At the school that have a higher grade, they get the brighter children. And the schools that are lower will always get the lower ones, the slower ones. You understand? Always the slower ones. So, try as they may, I think this thing is so embedded in parents too. They want their child to travel miles to go to a very good high school, even though it's the same curriculum being taught, and they are near to that school that is maybe across the road from them. But they don't want that. They want to go to one that is far away, and the child has to get up out of bed from around 4 o'clock and pack up our things and hit the road by 5 on the bus to wherever the school is. And then at times now, these are some of the ways children slip through the cracks, get into bad companies, too exposed to certain things on their own, not early age. So I would encourage everybody to do their best while they are in school. Try. Don't give up, because giving up doesn't make sense, because to get a job, if you don't have certain basic qualification, no matter what the job is, you're not going to be in it. No matter how somebody push you into it, you're not going to be in it for long, because what? There are so many qualified persons out there. You can imagine so much more qualified persons are out there, and you are there with nothing. So when there's a job advertised, who is going to get the job? The one that has more qualification. So we all have to take our education seriously. Some parents do some domestic work, a lot of them do domestic work and go to the river to wash clothes and do all sort of things, sell in the market, go and work into people's farm, weed people's cane, do a lot of things just to put bread on the table for their family. And then the children that come up, some of them, doesn't realize what they are abusing. And when it gets late, they become revengeful. They become revengeful. They look on the others who have suffered and tried and spent sleepless nights to study to pass their exam. They look at them and don't like them, and then find a way to analyze them because of grudge. Mm-hmm. So coming down through coming down through the years, I might time I say Tetla jump off, Coming down through the years of time, nothing was easy. I think things are much easier now. You can imagine get a math problem to do in a class, and you have to get stones and buckle covers to do what you're doing. And no, nobody does that. What they do, they have a phone, and they go into Google, wherever, get the information quickly. They don't have to work it out. You understand me? So we would have gotten a little smarter because of the smartphone. The smartphone is doing the work for us, so we don't know how it achieve at the answer because it's working it out for us. So like from now, teachers will not be probably needed because the whole AI situation is going to make people become, you know, less dependent on going to school because they can just put what they want into the AI and get it done, get the information, so they don't need to come. Can you imagine, guys? Can you imagine? So that's gone, I don't. Why that man normally was gone. I'm taking my time. Taking my time, Tedla, to see if we can do an hour and a half. Because I know I come on. It's 9:30 is a bad time to come on. I'm telling you. But we still have to do, Me glad me finish the assignment. I did the video today, I did a live today, and I'm doing a live now. But I'm going to start doing the live them earlier because if you don't come home, they leave work 6:30, and by the time I reach home, it's like 7:30, 7:30 more or less. If you start the live later than 8:15, it's going to be a problem. And I nearly didn't bother to start this live tonight, and I said no. I still have to come because I said I was coming. So maybe tomorrow morning, I start the live early. Maybe I do. I don't know if I might do breakfast. I don't know. Start the live early, and see what we can do. Because I like when I keep busy, And then yesterday, Sunday, I fold up all the wash clothes. I get everything out of the way. And today, everything was done. I cooked early, so everything is out of the way. So we have to take our time and see how best we can move up because people are there. We can't abandon people. You understand me? Sometimes they are distracting and they know that's what they do. They know when to say things and do things to break the concentration. But I'm still holding on to what I'm holding on to. You understand me? So, Tetla, Tetla, Tetla. We're on the eve of the 1 hour. Tetla, Tetla, Tetla. 1 hour. Tetla, Tetla, where are you? Tetla, Tetla, where are you? Tetla. Yeah. I know 10:30 back home looks like midnight, you know. Mm-hmm. And when I was back home at 10:30, I would be in my wrap up. I normally go and lay down anywhere between 9:30 and 10, and then by 10:30 I'll be drifting into faraway land. But we're going to go in a half an hour. Another half an hour. Yeah. 10:30. Yeah, man, I'm not going to my bed until the next half an hour. Mm-hmm. 1 hour? Can't do 1 hour. I have to do 1.5 hours. Even if it's me alone, I'm going to sing some songs right now to lift the Holy Spirit. Sing till the power of the Lord come down. Sing till the power of the Lord come down. Lift up your heads. Don't be afraid. Let us sing till the power of the Lord come down. Sing till the power of the Lord comes down. Sing till the power of the Lord come down. Lift up your heads. Don't be ashamed. Let us sing till the power of the Lord come down. So, okay. My Jesus, I love thee. I know thou art mine. Ja Peace Sports Talk, how are you? What are you doing? Happy to see you passing through. How are you doing? Welcome to the live. I'm just hanging in there. I was about to end it, but I said, no, I'm going to carry on a little longer. How are you? How are you doing? We're talking about, as you see the title, our growing up years and now. You know, we talked about, I don't know if you want to add something about how you were growing up, what you had to do, maybe what you had to do now. Maybe you were not a part of those persons who have to go and tie out the goat and catch water and do all those things. Couldn't go to school on Friday. Only go to school now and again, you know. What were those are some of the things we were looking at, right? And how children were more respectful, especially to their teachers and to adults, and how much the community would raise the children. Raising children was not left to the parents, because if the people in the community see the children doing anything that is not right, they will take it up and deal with it then. And if they go and tell the parents, it's another portion. So the respect was very high. But you look at it now, things have changed drastically. So, we're talking about our experiences. So I don't know if you want to share a little, but share a little with us. And you come to just say, how are you, and run off. It seems like we can get rid of these things where people just pop in, say good night, how are you doing? And then they on again, they keep on a journey. Well, maybe you're writing, whatever you're doing. I hope that your early years, does not cause you to become bitter, makes you into a better person, because they look at now, the behaviors from people now, you can't really reprimand their children, they're going to come at you, and the children themselves will take you on, so living is different, relating to others is different. And there was more love and respect. The love was deep because everybody in the community cares about everybody, cares about everybody's children. They do things for everybody. So if somebody is in the community who is sick, unable to go to to whatever, they could call on somebody to send their children to go and buy something for them. But no, you can't call them because they're not going to even answer. And you may have to call them on the phone and you cannot get them because they may be playing games. You know, so you see the difference. And children are more acquainted with phones now. Back then, there were no phones. We used to make things with cans at the two ends. And while one have it at their ears, one have it at their mouth, I put some string to tie it tight. And when we talk, like we're using a telephone, they would, the next person tell us what they hear. Nothing was like that, but it's just imagination. I remember them, they use a can and make phone. Now you have real phones. And the children, they know how to operate them better than the older persons. So I was saying that, we look back on our past. So as I'm here, you gave me a warning and I'm not leaving. I'm hanging in here. I'm going to go on for another half an hour. Jappy pop in and pop out. I've been talking and I cannot get a response from Jappy. Jappy is gone. Jappy didn't stay. You see, so you see, sometimes it doesn't make sense I talk about the popping in and popping out and what it does and do the algorithm because people never stop. So we just make it go on, go on, go on. Just make everything go on. Where it collapse, it collapse. Because no matter how you preach, they are not obeying. So just when nobody say anything anymore, who come, who go. It's just that it is sad though. When one is trying and others, some people do it purposely though. Purposely. But I'm being honest and the Lord is going to help me. You know? That's why some people pack up with the trawlers them and keep them. Because they know at the end of the day, the same people who have sense doing the same thing like them. You understand me? Moving from place to place to place. So it's going to become one big circle of movers and shakers. Hmm. But I'm not going to run to bed yet. I'm going to wait up another. I want to do at least an hour and a half. So I will be here pretty close to 11 o'clock, which will be daylight for you. 11. By the time I get up, it will be 7 o'clock in the morning for you. So you'll be fixing breakfast for your son to go to school or whatever. Yes, my dear. Yes, so we go a few. I'm not going to end the live, you see. You can probably subscribe to Jappy. I met Jappy, I think. Oh, who's live? I think it was Blessed Love. I don't remember which one of them, I met him somewhere. By the time I put on the blue coat, he didn't run away. So as much as my eyes burning me, I'm staying up. I'm not going to no bed yet. I'm not sleepy. Yes, people, it's good to be here. Another time, Tetla. Hmm, hmm, hmm. This is Zona, get back number one. Excuse me a minute. Okay. Yeah. All right, let me find a chorus to sing. The chorus is hard to find in the night, because it's easier to find the hymns. But I'm going to sing a chorus or a part of a song that I remember. I was sinking deep in sin, far from the peaceful shore, very deeply stained within, sinking to rise no more. But the master of the sea heard my despairing cry. From the waters lifted me, now safe am I. Love lifted me, love lifted me. When nothing else would help, love lifted me, love lifted me, love lifted me. When nothing else would help, love lifted me. Love lifted me. Love lifted me. When nothing else would help, love lifted me. Love lifted me. Love lifted me. When nothing else would help, love lifted me. We can find that one. Whoa, you don't find a little song there, but I'm going to find. I'll sing a few songs in the night. I'm not going to go into the songbook. Press along, saints, press along in God's own way. Press along, saints, press along in God's own way. Persecution we must bear, trials and crosses in our way. The hotter the battle, the sweeter the victory. Press along, saints, press along in God's own way. Press along, saints, press along in God's own way. Persecution we must bear, trial and crosses in our way. The hotter the battle, the sweeter the victory. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are His, the valleys are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. Real, 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 Christ so real to me. I love Him because He gave us the victory. So many people doubt Him, but I can't do without Him. That is why I love Him so. He's so real to me. Real, real, real. Christ so real to me. I love Him because He gave us the victory. So many people doubt Him, but I can't do without Him. That is why I love Him so. He's so real to me. I love that man from Galilee. For he has done so very much for me. He has taken all my sins and let the Holy Ghost come in. I love that man from Galilee. I love that man from Galilee. For he has done so very much for me. He has taken all my sins and let the Holy Ghost come in. I love that man from Galilee. I love that man from Galilee. For he has done so very much for me. He has taken all my sins and let the Holy Ghost come in. I love that man from Galilee. Right? Well, we have another 15 minutes to go. Okay. Let me see some more. Live the moment. And there's a school song that I remember as we were talking about going to school. We build our school on thee, O Lord. To thee we bring our common need. The loving heart, the helpful word, the tender thoughts and kindly deed. With these we pray, thy spirit may be present in our school always. Hold thou each hand to keep it just. Touch thou our lips and make them pure. If thou art with us, Lord, we must be faithful friends and comrade sure. With these we pray, thy spirit may be present in our school always. We change, but thou art still the same good master, teacher, friend. We change, but Lord, we bear thy name to journey with you to the end. And so we pray, thy spirit may enrich and bless our school always. My favorite primary school song. I love that one so much. That's why I love primary school. You know? I love, which you call elementary school back home. In your country maybe, but I love primary school. Because I eat, I can get things to buy cheap. I can go to the vendor and get food, not food, fried dumpling, achi, pudding, and ice, and all those things. You feel nice. You have your little things in your bag. It was nice. You play, enjoy yourself. When you're a child, you're the happiest time in your life. Never let a child lose out on their childhood, because it is the happiest moment. When you reach high school, college, and become a family person, all your joys change. Right? Don't say she listening to me. I'm calling. The other one that I like too, school song is a high school song. I don't hear it, you know. Immortal, invisible, God only wise, in light inaccessible, hid from our eyes. Most blessed, most glorious, the ancients of days, almighty, victorious, thy great name we praise. Unresting, unhasting, and silent as night, nor wanting, nor wasting, thou rulest in might. Thy just is like fountain, high soaring above, thy clouds which are fountain of goodness and love. Great Father of glory, pure Father of light, Thine angels adore thee, all veiling their sight. O Lord, we would render, oh, help us to see, there's only the splendor of light kindeth me. And so when you're going to school, even when you cannot sing, you have to sing. That is why I'm sing to you. Know. You have to sing because when this class, the teacher says sing, you have to sing. You think you can be in the class and devotion and you're going like you don't want to sing. You better sing. And you go to church, they're looking at you. Come on, those children, we don't hear you. You have to sing. Children were so visible. That's why I say I love children. They were so visible, visible, visible. And there was this other one. I don't remember the prayer so well, and the prayer kind of long and mix up. Let me see if I can remember the prayer. Lighten our darkness, we beseech thee, O Lord, and by thy great mercies defend us from all powers and dangers of this night. Rest, remain, and abide with us, now and forevermore. Amen. May the grace of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the love of God the Father, the fellowship of the Holy Spirit, be with us now and forevermore. I never remember the prayer. I don't know remember it now. Yes, 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 I remember. God don't want me to forget to remember the prayer. And our national anthem, I'm trying to make the time go down to the halfway now. I have another 10 minutes to go. The national anthem, Jamaica's national anthem. Eternal Father, bless our land. Guard us with thy mighty hand. Keep us free from evil powers. Be our light through countless hours. To our leaders, great defender, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica land we love. Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica land we love. Teach us true respect for all. Stir response to duty's call. Strengthen us for we to cherish. Give us vision lest we perish. Knowledge send us, Heavenly Father. Grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica land we love. Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica land we love. Normally, we stand with our hands to our side at attention, and we're looking towards the flag, the national flag, which is Jamaica flag, while we sing the anthem. And your eyes are supposed to be looking straight at the flag. Right. And then we have a national pledge for schools in the form of a song. I pledge my heart forever to serve with humble pride the shining homeland ever, so long as earth abide. I pledge my heart this island as God and faith shall lead. My work, my strength, my love, and my loyalty to give. O green as of the Indies, Jamaica strong and free. Our vows and loyal promises, O island is to thee. So when we are singing the national pledge, we stand with our hand either across our chest, our hands at our side, in reverence of the flag. Right, so that because it's me sitting down now, it's not disrespecting, but I'm convenience of the camera. So when we hear the anthem, wherever we are, we stop. Anybody that is You don't continue what you're doing. You stop what you're doing and observe. If you don't want to sing, you observe it quietly until it's finished. I know persons, if they're anywhere and they hear it, they stop. If you're even walking, you stop. It's in respect, you know. And the pledge now, which is not a song, it's like a poem, you know. I'm exposing people to it. So you have your hand here and the other hand at the side. Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body. In the service of my fellow citizens, I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. Hi, JB, good evening. It's a good thing that I decided to stay on a little longer. JD saying, Auntie D, happy blessed night on and to each and every one in the house. Happy blessed night, everyone. Zona's morning, dear. Okay, Zona's is somewhere around. She's not gone. She leaves so many times and come back. She had it running. Okay, I'm trying to. We were doing some reflections on when we were growing up. I don't know if you saw it. The title, growing up, what it was like, in our past years. Everybody have different experiences, and what it is now, you know. And then I was reflecting on some songs that we sing at, especially primary school and high school. But I do enjoy the primary school life. Honestly, it was nice. It was more struggling when you reach high school. You're coming like a woman or like a man, you know. But the primary years of your life is better. It's very, very nice. So, you know, we talked about it and compare and how communities grow children. You know all of that, but and everybody was responsible the things that children had to do before they go to school, and how some of them do not go to school every day, especially when it's reaping time. If there is yam or whatever to be reaped to take out to make the truck to go to market, they have to stay home. And children don't normally go to school on a Friday. And our things have changed now. Children will carry buckle covers and stones in their bag to count. No, they don't have to do that. Now they have the phone. They don't have to spend time to work out a maths problem. Just put in the problem in the phone and the phone give you the answer. They don't know what the phone did, but they get the answer. So, we look at those things. I'm sorry you were not here before. And I was going to end the live about within 1 hour ago. But I said, let me go a little more because, I came on 9:30 almost 9:30. So, that time people run off, gone to them bed, But as me know, but me say, we just cannot go to the bed just yet. I will get up at about 11. So it's, let me have here, so it's 10:59, almost 11. I was started putting it right. And then, so I sang the national anthem, the national song for school. I say the national pledge. And I say, I remember one of my school prayer. I sang some school songs. It's good that we can refresh our memories, and we can have something to, and when you tell the younger generation these things, then look at it and say it's boring. They say it's boring. It feels so bad. It was only yesterday. Like this, every time I say only yesterday, I remember this song that I think it's the Carpenters sing it. I don't know it properly, but every time I said only yesterday. Do you know this song, JB? Only yesterday when I was sad and now I'm lonely. You showed me the way to me the path and not the tears behind me. Tomorrow may be even brighter than today. dances the troubles away. Only yesterday. I don't know. I put in some words, you know. I used to like how the ladies sing this song because every time I say only yesterday we were children in our parents' homes when they were sharing our dinner. Remember? Then we get big. Then we start to share to give them and tell them to sit down. The next thing, them gone home to rest, and we are here living off those memories. Isn't that wonderful? But some did not treat their children well, so the children are glad that they are gone. But I think majority of them did show love, and some children did not respect them anymore because they were embarrassed at the work that they do to send them to college, and they get the exposure, and they did not look back to help their parents or their family. And I hear people talk how much themselves. Donors say, "Good evening, JB." You see how late JB come, and how much they would say they sell the one animal, the one cow. The little money they save for their funeral expense, they use it and send their children to college because the child had abilities. And at the end of the day, the child goes off and leave those parents in sadness, go away and don't remember them. And when it comes to what they say, scatter roses, they may not even come to their funerals because they are embarrassed. Mm-hmm. JB said, in my time, it was hard. We didn't know it then. True. We never know say hard. If he said it was okay. But looking back at it, it was very hard. But I don't regret nothing. See, me too. I don't regret nothing. I thank God for the way I was raised. Believe me too. Me agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%, JB. Because you see, if we were not raised the way we were raised, I know those persons, those parents, those days, they were so God fearing. They were so God fearing, man. And you know, they pronounce blessing on you. You have to go to Sunday school or Sabbath school or church, whatever you call it. Nobody play around on a Sunday or a Sabbath. Any day they worship. No noise in the yard, no loud music in the community. You remember the days when the shop's doors were closed and it's only the back door they would open, or they just take the time and catch the window, one of the window, so you can know say, and you couldn't come the window night, you take your time and they take time and give you the things through the window or the back door, and you take your time and go home. No nice. Saturdays were quiet, Sundays were even quieter. You know, a big Sunday, I don't want no noise in the yard. I don't want any no talk. A big Sunday. You know, so the respect was, thank you, JB. Thank you. The respect was there. And I believe the sweat and tears of those old generation, those old people, I think is what is keeping us today, because we of ourselves not even have anything to leave for this new generation here, the younger generation. Because what we would want to give them, they don't want it. They don't want it. They don't want it. So we have to just enjoy what the older people have left for us. Their prayers and their blessings. We don't do anything for them. God bless you, Tom. God bless you. Thank you so much. They call down God blessing for you so much that God bless you, you know. Why do you think some of us are prospering now? It's the goodness from the hearts of those old people. And when people used to die when they are very, very old, very, very old, they put them in a sun to warm, and then they call them granny. Because now you see grandparents almost 30 odd. Grandparents are 30 odd, you know. Great grand are 50 odd. You know, so it is so different. It is so different. But sometimes I look back on these things, you know, me ask the Lord to give me strength, to give me the wisdom to able to reach out. You know, the younger ones, know why you know. As well as I talk about your growing up years and the things that you benefit, how much you learn to save, you have to learn to sew, hem up your clothes properly. Your parents show you how to do it. The boys them have to learn how to tie the cow rope and the goat rope and how to double and set up certain things. They never learn the girls learn the house chores things. But the boys were mainly for outside. The boys them all over the place looking rabbit feed and pig feeding. Because the pigs were not eating any feeding that you buy at the store. JB said it was very respectful. We 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 have to have manners. Yeah man, to everyone in the community. Yes. Because the community raise everybody. You belong to everybody in the community. You can if you pass in somebody's house, you go look for Miss Jane. Miss Jane, you alright? Miss Jane say, me boy, me alright, but see me have one nice mango right on the tree over there. So you can one way, you feel nice. So anything Miss Jane want, you check Miss Jane what you want. You want a breadfruit to pick, you want a coconut. They are ready. Now, even you have the money to pay them to pick the breadfruit or to pick the coconut, they're not climbing the tree. Even if you want the bamboo stick, if you pay money to go and get them to get the bamboo stick, you want them to dig yam hole to plant whatever, they're not coming. You don't get them. You could have the money drop off of your city. They're not coming. They prefer to do, the hand, the easy money, the easy way. So when you look at it, if things continue that way without a change, I don't know what it's gonna be like in the end. It's gonna be one big chaos. One big chaos, and then they're going to have a blame game. Nobody tell them anything. But they didn't want to hear because every time I start talking, Lord, it's too boring. Your time was too boring. Because they never have television, never have phone. No, everybody have a phone. And everybody know to operate the phone. You understand me? Yes, my dear. So, JB, I felt, why started talking about, why I choose to talk about it tonight, to share with others. It's Emancipation Day. I did a video, but not put up yet. It's Emancipation Day, August 1. And I think people should even give a moment of reflection of what it means. JB said, I could not take nothing from people, no matter how me hungry. True, if I do, you know exactly what going to. Of course. And if anybody on the street, not even on the street, anybody should give you something, you have to take it home. Because then when I tell your parents, say, I gave John one lovely mango, and I didn't see me did. Here, John. And I did eat because me hungry. Then when I beat you for it. They're going to beat you for it. So never just bring it home and show them. It. But I think the early days were the better days. Anyhow we look at it, to me it was the better days. And all they're trying, it's not going to come back. I don't see it going to come back. Not with these things that are going on around. People are just different. Different. Everything has changed. Everything has changed. And the word emancipation meaning and why it was called emancipation. What happened then during that time? Why it should be. Emancipation is more important than independence. Because when we were not emancipated, we couldn't have independence. So people have to respect those persons, those we call them pioneers in the past. I love my history. I love Jamaican history. I will read about West Indian history. West Indian history is very interesting, but it's too broad. So I feel that I must read more about my own country. Everybody must know more about their own country. Because why am I going to know so much about another country and don't know about mine? You understand me? But things, they thought they were given freedom. But it was just like a little testing. They didn't really want to give them. They give them the apprenticeship period for 4 years. And then they decide that it has to be, they want their freedom now. Emancipation, right? moving away from that rough course, hard life. JD says a pass a part of it is because a part of it because they were yes, they never know better. Remember that they were in the jungle wherever they were living over in the far continent there, and they take them and catch them and tie them and carry them to them for a trip. And they were confused and miserable, and you can imagine. And some jump overboard, and some get sick, some get crazy. All kind of things happen. A lot of things happen. So, history repeats itself too. But I think we should not just settle our mind on the sad part of it, but look at it to say we have come a long way, and they that were before us, they led the way. So we are onto a better part now. They paved the way, I should say, for us. Okay, if they didn't pave the way, we'd still be in it, trying to pave it too. And what happened with those people with Paul Bogle and his stick and stone to Stony Goat? You will have stick and stones anywhere now. You see the difference, what will happen and what can happen. So it's good that we have gotten that privilege, and the legacy that they left behind, the food, the drinks, certain lifestyle, the tire leaf and the pudding and the cassava pudding and the bami and those things, the dances, the dinky mini kumina quadrille. All the things they leave behind, Roti. You understand me? Whole heap of things. Different type of dance, different type of food. The dokuno, jack, the run down. Because they never have whatever they don't grow for themselves, they can't eat. So if they want chicken, they have to kill for them fowl. If they want goat, they have to kill the animal. So they boil down everything in coconut. So you can imagine they were so healthy and shine. They didn't have lotion, so they have to use the oil and shine up their skin. So they have paved the way for us now to look back and say, well, the food is nice. I like some of the food. I like the blue drawers. I mean, like the pudding them nice too. The food and the things are nice, the dances and the drinks, the night that we like to do. We keep wake and pass the rock stone, rock them one by one. Remember that thing? Go down Emmanuel Road, girl and boy, figure rock stone, right? All those things, they hand it down to us. And what is happening now? When you have a wake, they call the party now. And when you have the party, have the rock stone, they go on again. And you still have some men sit down and sing and hold their ears and drag. And the Lord said, and then drag this song and then go round and go round. They don't have that anymore. They have music. So they call it party. So they play music all night and everybody dance. Then they go to what is called grave digging now, which is another party. You used to use lime up behind our foot. Yes. Yes. And use ear oil. Ear oil, let take oil here, shine up your hand and your foot and your face. So your face, but you look your hair shine, your body shine. Shine. Because nobody never know about no lotion. And they could oil in one, they could tin. They call it the tin Vaseline. I don't know how that Vaseline can serve so long. Tin Vaseline. You can't eat it when you have cold and give it eat, so it's good for cold. One little round tin, I don't know this make it anymore. One little round tin. So we have come a long way. And we have to give God thanks where we reach. Because some people still around the globe, they've not reached anywhere yet. I don't know if they will ever reach. But we have come a long way. And that's why I said August 1 will be Emancipation Day. I don't know if they're going to be celebrating it as normally done. Because what happened, I see, is the election come right down into it. And I think that the election should have called long ago and leave out that. Yesterday, when it comes to independence, Emancipation Day and National Heroes Day. We talk about Heritage Week. Those three holidays should be taken very seriously. And because they treat them lightly, the people don't have no respect for nobody. So no, the election should have called already last year and leave them holidays here free. You understand? When you have Heroes Day now, nobody not gonna go do anything for no hero. They gonna beach and gonna do their one thing. You have Independence Day. Nobody not going no ceremony and no town hall. No. Then go about their own business. Emancipation Day, they may go, just may, because they say boring. Because they have one something named Maypole dancing. We have some color business and interlocking. And you have quite a lot of things. They don't really do. So when you make people lose out on that part of the culture, is a backbone to me of a country, of a people. That's why I said this thing should have called and all know instead of people that run up and down for election. They should have run up and down now if you say, well, Emancipation Day. They say, I don't hear nobody say anything and I forget about it. It's when I say independence is coming up, August 6th. Then me say, wait, Emancipation Day is August 1 and there's nothing. Me not hear nothing. I mean, some place was so widely advertised. You understand me? So what about our culture? We put it one side. It apparently look like we put it one side. But not being political, they must know. But we still think that the way should be clear for these three important holidays coming up. And this won't be clear. Maybe they won't even talk about it. Because it look like it's on the back burner. Nobody not say nothing. Then next year now, they come up and talk about it. People know why you're not neither. They go about their business. So every public holiday, when you should pay homage to the country, people say them a joke and go on a beach and go and party and do a kind of something. Because they take them for jokers. So that's how I look at it. And that's why I said, talking about Emancipation Day, how we look at our past. Children going to bed, they not even say prayer. Then they know if they say prayer at school. But they must say prayer, they look all over the place, they don't know what is going on. JB said the older people have to keep the culture alive, not the young ones. So, JB, that is true. What about when the older people are gone? What is going to happen to the culture? When they are gone. Because they are not going to be around all the while. And the way when I was going to primary school, I wouldn't even say high school, the way how them talk about, at that time we never have Emancipation Day celebration. Emancipation Day started in the 90s, right? The celebration. You see, when independence, we have to go back to school, 6th of August. That morning, we have to have our uniform. And we have to go into a class and then give a Jamaica flag and we have to sing Jamaica things and talk about Jamaica. And when everything done, then we go back home. They give us a snack and we go back home. And everybody comes and then clean uniform, feel nice, and sing the anthem and, No, nobody knows nothing. You talk about it at school and it's that. No, nothing happens special. If you try to get them back, they say it's holiday, they're not coming back. But when you're in primary school, you love school, man, you love your teacher too. But it's not anymore. Children and teacher fight and do all kind of madness. So, that's how it goes. That's how it goes, my dear JB. Things have changed drastic. Drastic. Drastic, my friend. What is going to happen? Then when I look again and I compare, I'm not going too far. Jesus came, spent time on earth and gone back. He's gone back, right? And he's to come again. And he's coming for prepare the people waiting on him. And people trying to get ready and not ready. Then what we see people are doing now, does that look like they're ready? Not getting ready, does it look like they're ready? So if God don't choose his time to come, so now, then there would be nobody serving him, So you have to come, at some point you have to come for the election. Because people going to grow weary and say they can't bother. Oh, this Jesus takes so long to come. All who believe in him go and want drift. You understand me? Because they say it take too long. How can you know it is too long? Because you're alive. Those who are in the grave, they are sleeping. They're having their night. They don't know what is happening. You understand me? So you look at it to say that things change. People change. They change everything. And they know what happens afterwards. Some will lose out. Some will end up being inside the camp. New people come in the camp and the old one end drop out. The older ones who should be holding up the banner with the younger people. Them gone. You never have criminals in those days. You may have one and two bad somebody, yes, but it was not so popular. Courthouse never so full. Then they have no only pharmacy, hospital, and doctors and everything just big plenty. They didn't have a lot of what you call it, health centers to administer things. But JB is saying we could not disrespecting teacher and go where when you leave school. God have mercy on you when you get home. Oh, yeah, it's so true. What kind of disrespect, teacher? If teacher call your parents to school, my God. So you see how things have changed. Yeah, some will go straight to the school and beat up the teacher. You know? So the teacher teach what she's teaching and just leave it there. Who learn, who no learn, no learn. So those who come from the course background, they're not going to learn anything. You understand me? So the teacher leave them and then go through the next grade and the next grade until they end up out in the street. Maybe not even qualified to be able to get a job. Because they can't pass no exam because they not study, they were just in their prime, they were their behaviors. The teacher leave down a bit with them. I'm not saying it is right, but if the teacher push too hard, the parents can come to the teacher, you know. And sometimes you need to pull up some children because you see them have ability. But you can't pull them up because the parents are going to come for you. They're going to come for you. They're going to come for you. So what we do our best and help those that we can, but it's not going to be easy. But they don't want to go to school. I remember asking some children some time ago, 2 years ago, when I see them, I look at their behavior, I know them in the community. And then you ask them, what would you like to become? No, you want to enter some very good positions, you know. All they want to become is just to do the rub their hand, whatever it is that they can get money. You know, the money thing. So the money that keeps rolling in. Because they're looking at the poor people, them who don't have no money, and they look same way. And them who get the money easy, have big house, big car, and live bossy. You know, and when they go to supermarket, so they drop on 2 minutes, but they come back. Okay, I have how many minutes? I have about 6, 7 minutes. 7, 8 minutes to go. Let's see what we can make out of this timing. Yeah, man, we have to try. We have to try. 10, 11, 24. Yes, my good friend JB, thank you for these things. We have to try. I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know where things going to turn because me not see no turning point for anything. Me just see everything I go down the hill, go on. Quick, down the hill. But I think the Lord will do what he needs to do in his own time. You understand? Because only him are the master and him can control. Because we can't do anything. We encourage, but they don't want to hear anything. If they bother them too much, they put something on your foot and you can't fall down, you know. You know, people's heart have gotten so cold that even if you're old and you're on a bus or traveling and they can help you, they pass you. You're on the train or wherever sitting down and they can give you a seat, they don't get up. They leave you hanging and swinging and swinging in the bus or on the train. They don't care. So the love, there is no love. There is no love. Love is gone through the window. So we who are able to show love, we have to show some support so that others can see that we we have a conscience and we are not bitter with anybody. But sometimes we are bitter with the system because we can't change the system. We have to just work with the system and make the best out of it. Right, my good brother, JB? I'm wrapping down. Wrapping down. I'm wrapping down. I have 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes. I love these flowers though, JB. These are pretty. If someone has ever seen them, she come and beat me and say, oh, me get prettier flowers than she. Zona, where are you? So, JB, before we go, what I realized you were late. I was looking out for you earlier. And I was looking out earlier. I didn't see, and then I say, oh, people are tired from a busy Monday. So I take who I get and who I don't get. I said, happy hunting. Yeah, man. Oh, Zona, I tell her that Tetla fall asleep, But maybe she's watching and sleeping. She's so faithful. Yeah, Zona is going up to 8 o'clock there now. I can imagine. I can well imagine. So, guys, let me wish us all a wonderful, wonderful Monday evening, going up into the night, so that we can have a good rest and we can have a live tomorrow. I'm going to cut out on the late night live because to tell you the truth, I did fall. Yeah, so yesterday because I don't want to fall asleep and sleep a lit me from corner to corner. I am going to bid everybody good night and drop into and go get myself into my little bunk. Right? Right, into my little bunk. Anyway, guys, it was nice having you here. I don't want people to say that I'm boring, but it's me. It's me. I try to share. My day was very, very busy too, but here I am, and I would love to be up early. I'm going to try and avoid it late, but because tonight I came in about kind of late, when I actually go and I had to do an assignment which is due the 1st of August, and I have it from the beginning of early July, and I don't want to be in any penalty for it. So I said, let me get it out of the way, and it got carried through so quickly. So I said, yes, I'm going to come on the live now. So here I am on the live, and I have 2 minutes now to wrap up and get out of here. Right? So JB, Zonas, everybody, we still with me. Nobody fall asleep. Nobody fall asleep. Because Auntie D, Auntie D is really, really getting sleepy too. So guys, it was nice having you. So we have to talk, We have to talk. We're not talking anything bad. JB say, okay, Auntie. I would not leave until JB put that, Okay, Auntie, enjoy the rest of your lovely night, and I will see you soon. Zone, see you later on. Oh, that's so beautiful. Zone, have a wonderful night. Have a blessed rest, and have enough energy to do that song, to do your singing tomorrow. I can only hope, because what I want to do, I'm running to get in as much time, watch hours as possible, so that I can stand up tall. I am not yet standing tall. I'm still trying to come up a little taller. So I can't promise you, but I will try. And I may have to stand out in the bush because I don't want to come in and I know I have to run out. So have a wonderful night, Zonas JB. I know Tetla is gone off. Wonderful rest, everybody. Sleep good. Sleep good. Maddie went off earlier because she had to go. And I have some Trinity sisters, one and two others stop by. Some of them just get trouble, some of them send them to permanent jail. So rest well, JB, and everybody. Sleep good. Bye bye. See you soon.